All right, so I'm using my GoGuardian a little differently today, and I kind of wanted to show you how I set it up on a normal day, and then how I have it set up on, or how I'm setting it up today, which is going to be a little different. So on a normal day, what I've already done is I've set schedules for each of my classes. So for example, my AR, if I go here to settings and I go to scheduling, I've gone ahead and I've set it up for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, from the time the class bell, like the bell for the period to start rings until the end of period. And that allows me to not have to worry about starting my sessions or ending my sessions. Makes it really helpful because, again, I don't even have to think about it. It just happens. So that's one of the things I did. So in order to do that, you click on the class you want. So let's say I want, actually, I'll just go ahead and set up my courses for next 9 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my next 9-week classes in. Okay. All right. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to start setting up my next 9-week classes. So one of the first things I'll do is I set my subject area. I don't know why, I just do. I'm going to change the color for this 9 weeks. So I'm going to make this 9 weeks like yellow, so I know it's that one. And then what I'm going to do is go in here in scheduling. I'm going to click add a schedule. All right. And this is my 10th period. 10th period starts at 3:03. So I'm going to hit my start time as 3:03 p.m. and is over at 3:55. 55. Okay. And then I want that Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I do my Wednesdays a little differently, and I'll show you how I do that here in a second. All right. So that schedule is set for that class. I don't have to do anything else. It's good to go. All right. So normally what'll happen is I'll go in and it'll automatically pop up here. I'll have a tab. So when 3:03 pops up, when it becomes 3:03, the tab for that class automatically opens up here at the top. All I have to do is click it and I can go into it. All right. Today I'm doing a little differently. So what I'm going to do is show you how I'm doing today's classes. All right. And you can also, if you click up here at the top where it says upcoming sessions, you can see your calendar for the day. So for example, I've now turned on this other 10th period. I don't want that today because I don't want those kids to see me that haven't seen me yet. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel that session. All right. So you can see your upcoming sessions up here at the top, but let me show you how I'm setting my day up today. And this is usually how I set up my Wednesdays as well. So what I want to do today is I already told my kids that I was going to open all my GoGuardian sessions first thing this morning and leave them open all day for them. What that's going to do for them today is they're working on final projects. The kids are at home or in study halls are working on final projects for me. I want them to be able to contact me if they have issues with their project. So I'm going to do this a little differently. I'm going to go ahead and open up my 10th period, which is right here, I hope. All right, let me check and make sure that's right. Okay, so I'm going to open it up. I'm going to set my session for this until 3:55 today. 3:55 p.m. 3:55. And I'm going to go ahead and open that session and turn the chat on. So again, I've already told the kids, you know what, I'm turning your sessions on today so that I can help you if you need help, or you can reach out to me if you need help if you're working during the day. This is really more for my kids that are at home or my kids that are sitting in study hall working, but I've given that as an option. Now, I'm not going to leave this open. I'm not looking at it for the rest of the day because they are in classes. I'm just going to make sure that my chat audio alerts are turned on and my desktop notifications are on. All right. Now, here's how I'm doing this different, because if I have each of these in all the tabs open in one tab, I'm only going to hear the chat from whichever is my active tab. I won't necessarily hear it from inactive ones. So here's what I ended up doing, and this is crazy. All right, I'm going to duplicate it, open a brand new tab. So this is my 10th period. I'm going to go back into my classrooms. I'm going to start my 9th period. I told you it's crazy, but it works. I've done this before and it works great. I'm going to start my session for 9th period, run it until 3:55, again, because I want the kids to be able to get in touch with me if they're stuck on their projects. And I've already told the kids I talked to yesterday that this is what was happening. Okay, chat's on, audio is on, desktop notifications are on. Okay, I'm going to duplicate my tab again, do it again. Now, I understand this is a ton of windows open. I get it, but if you're using this as a communication tool for your kids who are asynchronous, it's worth having. I feel like it's worth having all the tabs open. Ooh, I used asynchronous correctly. So proud of myself. All right, so I'm going to open up that class period till 3:55. Now, you have to be very careful with this, though, that you don't accidentally set a scene. Because if I set a scene for this, and they're not in my room, it can affect what they're doing. So again, I'm just turning on the chat. Turn on the chat. Make sure the sound is on. Make sure the desktop notifications are on. And move on. Okay? I'm going to go back in. I'm going to turn on my 5.6. Run it until 3:55. All right, I know I've already said this, but it's really, in my opinion, it's really important that if you're using GoGuardian, you turn on the chat, if for no other reason, so that the kids know that you're monitoring them, especially the kids that are at home, that way they don't feel like you're spying on them, that they can see that you're actually on there and that you can see their thing. Plus, again, to me, one of the best features on GoGuardian is that chat. And if you didn't see my presentation already about that, I'll go over that again really quick. So I'm going to leave this window open all day. Okay. Now, so I'm going to set this over in my other screen. And then what I'll do is when it's time for my study hall, I'll just open another tab that has my study hall in it as well. The last thing I wanted to do is just share with you kind of how I feel about the chat and give you a quick heads up. So again, when it's time for my study hall will automatically kick in at its scheduled time. So the scheduling is amazing, that kind of stuff. So one more time, I'm just going to go over really fast. And I know I've been pushing GoGuardian, and I want to make sure everybody understands why I personally feel like it's really important. And maybe that'll sway somebody else's opinion. So GoGuardian, to me, it's a great way to monitor your kids, especially in study hall and intervention. But there's so many other things.
Teachers, at this time, will you send students with the last name of B as in boy? Thank you.
There's so many other things I love about GoGuardian. I love that you can live monitor every kid in your class. So even if they're at home, you can live monitor. I use that to help me with my attendance too. So if I notice a kid that I know is at home working and they're one of my asynchronous kids that day, I go ahead and if they're working on stuff for my class, if they didn't check in, I go ahead and check them in right there. I heard a chat pop. One of my kids just chatted me. You can also, let's see who chatted me. Oh my God. I'm guessing I know exactly who it is. Let me see. I heard it. That's so funny. Let's see. Yep. See, I've already got kids chatting me this morning that are at home. And then I have another 8th grader this morning sending me a chat asking me if, so again, chat's important. So anyway, the other reasons I love GoGuardian is the ability to open tabs for kids. So that way you don't have to worry about the 10-minute later, like, what side are we on? Usually what I do is I'll give the kids a minute or two. If I don't see that they're where they need to be, I'll be like, hey, do you need me to open a tab for you? That really eliminates a lot of issues. Some of the kids also just like for me to send them a tab. I don't know why, but to do that. The ability to close tabs in class. So Happy Wheels, I use it for an example. I have a couple of kids that are obsessed with Happy Wheels. So I can close it. Screenshotting. So I did a screenshot of a kid's student's screen the other day and was able to ask her like, hey, do you mind if I share what you're working on? It looks great. I screenshotted it and then I was able to project her screen to show the other kids what she's doing. Again, the scheduling sessions is really helpful because I don't have to think about it. But let me tell you about chat. Chat has changed the way my kids interact with me. I have kids that don't want to talk. Maybe they're just quiet. They'll send me messages in chat. I have kids who ask me for bathroom passes through chat because they don't want to talk in front of the other students. Cool. If you have kids that need help, a lot of times they'll message me in chat for help because they're not comfortable talking in front of everybody, or maybe they don't want everybody to know they need help. So that helps. You can send quick messages to kids who are working at home. So check in like, hey, I see you're working on your project. Do you need any help today? Two of the other things that I never even occurred to me is I have a couple ELL students who don't speak very good English. Their English is a little bit sketchy, or they're just not comfortable speaking in English. They'll use Google Translate and then send me messages through chat so that we can talk to each other and we can translate back and forth, and that makes them more comfortable. And then lastly, if you have a kid that's a little bit off task, it's a really discreet, fast, personal way to redirect a kid back to what they need to do without putting them out in front of everybody else. I had a conversation with the kid in intervention the other day about iReady and about why iReady is important and all that stuff. And we did that privately just between the two of us. So again, I wanted to show you how I set my GoGuardian up, and I wanted to talk to you about chat. And again, I love it. I've got kids popping up chat bubbles already this morning. And it's not even about my class. It's a kid that's sitting in a class and is like, she said, I'd ask my teachers, but it's super quiet in my room right now. Can you answer this one question to me about picture day? So it helps you build relationships with kids. Right now, relationships with our kids is more important than anything. So GoGuardian is not just about monitoring kids. It's really about for me, it's way more than that. So hopefully that helps you get your classes set up. If there's anything else you need help with, please let me know and I'll be happy to help you. And have a wonderful day today. And please use that chat. Like I can't emphasize enough how much the chat and GoGuardian is helping kids. Use it. It's a great resource. And have a wonderful, wonderful day.